everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday morning and we are off in the car to go to an antique shop today. We're looking for some art for the bedroom, specifically a piece for above the dresser and maybe what anything else we might find. And we're going with my mom as well, so maybe she would like to make an appearance in the video as well. And let's go! This one, but I feel like I've looked at it every time. I think
it looked bigger back there.
It did.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same artist,
yeah,
but just slightly smaller. We just got back from spending the day with my mom, and we did find a painting for this space, so that's really exciting. And then we also got a really good special delivery today. I ordered a lampshade for the lamp that's on the dresser to replace the kind of like navy blue one, just because I think the blues just don't go as well with the wall color, and I think it could just be better, so probably just use that one somewhere else or just sell it. But I ordered a different color, and let me find some scissors and then I can open this. Here's the lampshade. It looks kind of dark in this lighting. I think it's gonna look a bit different in daylight. Here's the painting that we found. It's really similar to the one that I originally showed you from eBay, where it has these like more like warmer kind of brown tones throughout it, and then the building as well. And I think the colors are gonna go really well. It's about 17 by 26 or like 18 by 26. So it's quite large, and then the frame makes it so much larger. But I don't really love the frame, and I don't think it will go very well in the space. So I'm thinking about just having it reframed. And maybe like not as of a substantial frame would be better. I don't know. But for now, I'm just gonna hang it up and kind of see how it looks in the space, and then I'll figure it out from there. It's the next day, it's Sunday, early afternoon, and I'm gonna show you how the painting looks in its place, and the new lampshade as well. It's Sunday, so usually I would like edit and upload either Monday or Tuesday, and just because there's a bit of lull in the redecorating, I'm waiting for things to get delivered, and then I'll need time to work on them as well. I'm thinking that I will just kind of show you what the lampshade looks like, what the painting looks like, and then I think I might talk a little bit about the next projects that we want to work on. I have like all the curtain supplies coming this week, so I can work on them basically as soon as I get them. And the other thing we're waiting on some bedding, and I did end up just ordering different fabric for the headboard. I know I've gone back and forth a little bit about whether to just try to clean it and leave it as is or replace it. So at this point we have the curtains, the lampshade, and the headboard color, and they're all very similar, and I just think it's too much of the same thing, and I want a bit of contrast and a bit of interest to the space. So I actually ordered a very like blush pink linen to do the headboard in, And I think it's just gonna give that contrast, you know, it's gonna be more subtle. Here is the painting and the lampshade as promised. I think I mentioned last night that I didn't love the frame on the painting, but once I hung it up and saw it in the space, I didn't mind it as much. I still don't think it's really perfect for the painting. I think it could be better, but for now I'm just gonna leave it like that. I think it's okay. So when I was not gonna get this painting yesterday. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't know, there's something about it. I just didn't love it. And to me, it kind of felt like a bit cheesy, which I totally disagree with now. I've completely changed my mind on it. I think it's perfect, and it has like, the detail is just really pretty actually. And I think when it was like in the antique shop, it just didn't look right. But it looks so perfect in this space. And it has, like I said, those like warmer tones, more golden tones, and a lot of these like highlights on these hills right here are like more of a pink, which not only ties in the lampshade, but it's also going to tie in the curtain fabric. I also think that I need to lower it a little bit, so I think it's a little too high right now. I think like maybe 3 inches lower. It just feels kind of, I think what it is that the lampshade is ending where the bottom of the frame is beginning, and I need a little bit more visual interest there, I think. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how it looks. Here it is one more time. And what else? So essentially I'm gonna go downstairs and sit at the desk and do a little bit of planning for the next 2 spaces that we want to work on. But first let me show you them and kind of give you a little tour. Our next 2 projects are going to be in the bathroom, and in the downstairs bathroom, and in our study, which is like our TV watching room. It's where we have all our books, and we have a desk in there. And so it's kind of like a informal living room. And okay, so this is what the bathroom looks like as you walk in. It's a pretty decent size. There's the toilet, the tub, and shower, and the sink. First of all, this round of kind of renovation, redecorating, whatever you want to call it, it's not going to be too intensive. We're not going to be tearing anything out. We're just basically decorating. And in the future, I'd love to replace the sink. And I know that it's really charming and vintage and very cute, but I don't like having 2 separate taps for the hot and cold. I think that's impractical. It's really short, so you have to hunch over when you use the taps. I don't love all of the cast iron, and I just think it could be better. It's also really stained and old, so I'd like something a little bit fresher. But for now we're keeping it. I need to figure out a solution to clean these like water stains and rust stains out of here. So if you have any recommendations on how to clean that. Also for the tub as well, that needs a really good cleaning. There's lots of rust and water stains. And I want to make a skirt for the bottom just to kind of conceal the pipes and the base. I think that would be really pretty too. We're definitely keeping the tub. It's so cute and charming, and it's really small sized clawfoot tub, which I really like. Down the road, we are going to replace all the plumbing fixtures with something new. And for now though, like I said, I just need to give it a really good clean. I'm going to get a new shower curtain for it as well. And then I'm thinking about painting the base of it too, the outside of it, in a cool color. This is one of the old original windows. It's really large and I love this view. Sitting in the tub, you can look out and see the woods and the hill. This one, you might have guessed it, is also going to be stripped. If this will focus, you can see the lead paint there is kind of flaking off, and just want to get rid of all the lead paint and make this a bit safer, and then just paint the whole thing as well. I also want to make a blind for this window. I think having like the shower curtain, I want it to be pretty large, so I want it to come all the way around and just have like kind of taper off that way and that way. And so I think just having a blind there will be a better balance with the kind of voluminous shower curtain. The toilet, not going to change much. Going to replace the toilet seat and maybe the flusher. And then we're also going to replace the toilet roll holder. We got this one that's like a nickel vintage or antique toilet paper holder, and it's really, really pretty, and it's only $35. We got it like a salvation or salvage place. So the other thing we're gonna do is paint the whole room. I also forgot to mention I'm gonna work on the door. This is one of the original doors for the house, and the paint is flaking, so I'm gonna have to strip it back to the wood, and then I'll repaint it. And the hinges need to be probably oiled because they're very squeaky. And this is the old hardware and it has some paint on it. I'm gonna keep it, but just need to get some of this paint off of here. Aside from that, I just wanna hang all my art here. I hung a few things when we moved in, but I've just been collecting some kind of like floral or like bird themed art, and I have this one over here as well. And just kind of fill this room with all that art, and I think it'll be really pretty. And last is the lighting. I probably keep this light, but I want to take this one down and actually rewire it so I can have 2 lights on each side, one on each side of the mirror. And I can show you a picture later of what I'm kind of thinking for that. These are the original floorboards, and we're going to leave them like this for now, but in the future we're going to go through and redo all of them throughout our whole house. They need to be sanded and restained. I would like a little bit of a more neutral undertone stain, not so warm toned. And the kind of gaps need to be refilled as well. But for now, these are just gonna stay like this, and I think it'll be okay. You come out of the bathroom, and around the corner is the study that I mentioned. The plan is to build built-in bookcases on this back wall here where this hutch is, and it would be basically like almost floor to ceiling. And we'd have cabinets on the bottom for storage, and then like the rest would be bookcases. For all of our book storage, we have like this bookcase, but we really need more. We have a bunch of books upstairs that don't have a home and just like kind of laying around everywhere, and I'd like one dedicated space for our books. We'll also move our record player and our records in here, and we're also going to get a smaller TV to put on the bookcase, and then we'll rearrange the furniture. Once we build the bookcases on that wall, the TV, we'll get a smaller TV and it'll be over there. This will be a new window seat, and then we're going to move the furniture around a little bit. So the sofa will go along this wall, below this stuff, and then we have one side chair in here, and it will kind of stay. Probably move it a bit that way, and we'll put the ottoman in the center. But I'm thinking about getting 2 chairs in here, or like a love seat, just to have more seating and also just more balance for when the furniture is laid out this way. But I just want to take it one step at a time and don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'll start with the bathrooms. I'm picturing painting the walls pink. I think kind of like a blush pink. And of course I'm going to use Little Green Paint Company. I love them, and I honestly can't picture using any other kinds of paint company. So the colors that I'm considering are the Masquerade ones. So they do this a lot with different colors where they have like a light, mid, and deep. And I'm thinking light or mid for the bathroom. And another really exciting thing about the bathroom project is I'm going to be working with 2 Pages, which is a curtain company, and maybe you've heard of them before. You might be like, other kind of content creators have used them before. And this video is not sponsored, and none of my YouTube videos will be sponsored. But I'm gonna do a collaboration with them on my Instagram, so you'll see that over there if you're following me. If you're not, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram right here. And they sent me, I asked for some like sample booklets of the different types of fabrics. They do have really beautiful silk and linen, and this is actually a linen cotton, but they also have just a pure linen curtain fabric. And so I got it because they have a pink silk. It's also like kind of like a blushy peach, and I really like it, but I think that it doesn't quite go with the paint color that I'm thinking. I think it's a little bit too peachy, and these are they're definitely warm undertone, but they're a little bit more on the neutral side. So I think this will just be too peachy for the room. But I also got, and that's if you want to know, that's the Selman kind of collection of fabrics. And then this is the Jawara collection. And again, this is cotton and linen. And they also have a pink in this one. That's what it looks like. And I think this is a much lighter, softer pink. And I think those actually go really well together. This one is this one might be more of a neutral undertone, but I think like if the whole room is this kind of warmer pink, that will kind of feed off of those warm undertones and reflect the light onto the shower curtain. I just realized I did not mention that I'm going to be using 2 pages curtains as shower curtains. I'm going to get a separate lining for them and then also just use these as the main shower curtain. So hopefully that makes a little more sense now. But I was also just looking at like this one, which is called sand beige, or this one, which is called birch. And yeah, they're definitely beiges, but they have like kind of a pinky warm undertone. And I think that could be pretty as well, actually. So I'm gonna think a little bit more on that, but this is basically my launching off point for the bedroom, or sorry, for the bathroom. Because I know I'm gonna be getting curtains from them from 2 pages for the bathroom, and I know I want to do pink. That's kind of like where I'm leading off from. I'm also thinking about painting the bottom of the bathtub as well, and I was originally thinking maybe a red, and they have this color called Tuscan Red, which I think could be really pretty. That's Masquerade right here, and then this is Tuscan Red. It's definitely more of like a muted, less saturated red. But I also really like this one, which is more of like it's kind of more of a neutral red, maybe, yeah, more of a neutral red, but a lot darker. This one is called Arras. And I'm actually thinking about using this color as the bookcase color for this room, for the study. So the study is painted in Bennington Gray by Benjamin Moore, and everything is painted in the same color, window casing, the baseboards, the walls, everything, and the ceiling as well. And so I was just trying to think of a color that will complement the furniture that we already have as well as the walls. And I really liked purple brown, which is a very dark, as it's basically the name perfectly describes it. It's a dark purple brown, or the other one, which is Adobe, which is very much like a plum, dark plum. But I worry that that doesn't really complement the furniture that I have. I have the light blue velvet sofa, and I just don't think purple will look very good with that. So I'm leaning towards this red, and this red is like, it's kind of what we have in our rug right now as well. And I think it'll just pull a lot of the elements together, but also give a bit of like contrast between the kind of the gray, and I think that would look really nice as well. So I think I'm gonna order a sample pot of this color, and then the bathroom paint color as well, one of these. Maybe I'll order 2, Masquerade Light and Masquerade Mid, just to see which one I want to use. So when I start kind of thinking about a project, I always start on Pinterest and kind of gather ideas. And I actually started this like before we moved into the house, and in the long run I would love to have this wallpaper or something like it, but it's really expensive, so that's not going to happen right now. But I can still pull some inspiration from it. So oh, and I didn't mention this, and maybe I'll do this, and I'm not sure, it depends how much work it will be, but I think we have a lot of like beams in our house, and I think adding beams to this space would be really cool. And I was kind of thinking of getting a wallpaper that's similar to this one, and then wallpapering the ceiling and then putting the beams up. These would be like faux beams too, these wouldn't be structural. And so that's something I'm considering too, but we'll see, because I need to keep it manageable right now. So anyway, so I was just like basically thinking about what I wanted the room to look like for quite a while. And then a month or so ago, I started actually pinning real inspiration for this kind of round of decorating the space. And you can see I pin lots of like pink bathrooms with very like, you know, very me style. And so I'm thinking like a pink like that, like I showed you. And then I want to hang the shower curtain like this, so it basically wraps around the whole tub. And then I also want it to be quite like voluminous. Like this is actually maybe a better example of just like lots of very full and kind of dramatic. And this is also like this one and this one and this one are kind of ideas for like having the pink on the walls with the red on the tub on the bottom, which I just really like and think that's just so pretty. And here are some ideas for like the skirt, for the sink. So you kind of get the idea. Lots to think about. I definitely want to do, let's see if I can find this one. I definitely want to do this like sconce situation on both sides of the mirror with this kind of silk lampshade, ruffle lampshade. I think that would be really pretty. Oh, and I want to get a chair as well, just to kind of throw in there as like a place to put a towel, or like when you're in the bathtub, put like a drink or something on it. Any kind of like toiletries, things like that. So that's kind of where I start. I go to Pinterest and I just pin whatever I like, whatever I'm drawn to, and then I use Milanote. And again, this is not sponsored by Milanote or Pinterest, although I wish it was. I love Milanote, and oh, here's the bathroom, or sorry, the bedroom. You can put that there. You can kind of see. This is the bedroom inspiration board, and I'm just using the free one right now, but I honestly might pay for it because I'm running out of space and I just think it's so valuable. So I created one for the downstairs bath, and I've just been throwing a bunch of things in here. I took some of the photos from Pinterest, incorporating some of the fabric so that I'm considering using, and just the paint colors as well, and just throwing it all together and seeing what it looks like. So I was thinking, because I want to do like the chinoiserie wallpaper someday, I think doing like a chinoiserie fabric for the sink skirt would be really, really pretty, and a good way to like incorporate that pattern in a more like affordable way right now. And I don't know, I'm kind of torn, because I like to have, I would say that my style is like, I love pink and I love like girly feminine colors, but I also really like to have colors that ground the space and feel a little bit more earthy. And so I put these next to each other. I'm not sure, because this is like very bright and springy kind of pastel. And then I was thinking this for the blind for the window, but again, it's kind of also pastel, but maybe like an olive green would be pretty, just to kind of, it's more like an earthy color that would ground the space. And then this is a velvet that I'm thinking about for the chair. I'm gonna make another cushion. And I really like this velvet. It kind of has the same tones as some of these paint colors that I'm looking for. So that's kind of a brief overview. I'm going to keep working on this. This is just like kind of a rough draft and refine and go through and really kind of figure out what I want to do with the space. I will also just go back to, I have an entire Pinterest board called Our House, and then I have a bunch of sections within there to for all the different rooms, and I have one specific for the study. So this is kind of what I'm thinking of for the bookcase, right? Having like cabinets on the bottom and then just shelving for the books as well. And I definitely want to get some lights for it as well. And you can kind of see, like, when you have a big wall of cabinets and bookcases like this, it just really, it's such a big piece of furniture that it just really grounds it and really gives your eye something to rest on. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I've been trying to find, if anyone has any good pins that they've saved, please send them to me. I really want to have the TV on the bookcase. Like I mentioned, I don't really mind if it's on display. It's part of this room, the purpose of this room, and so it's okay to me. But I want to find like a very kind of purposeful and thought through way of having the TV, instead of just like kind of putting it on there and leaving it at that. Like if there's some way to like kind of make it feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've seen this in like a Nancy Meyers movie maybe, but I cannot remember for the life of me which one it is, where one of the characters has like a really small TV on like a bookcase or a piece of furniture, and it's just there and it just exists, and it just works because it was like thoughtful, and the placement just makes sense. So if you have any pins that you want to share with me, send them to me. I'll leave my Pinterest linked below if you want to send me anything. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me through this journey of redecorating. And again, hopefully next week will be more of an update for the bedroom, and hopefully I can check off the curtains and a few other things this week. And let me know what you think of the bathroom design plan and the bookcase project for the study as well. And if you have any good tips for cleaning water stains and rust stains off of cast iron. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.